Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Guys, this is our first time taking the bus out in the snow, and it is major icy out, so.
Go ahead and give a little wave. Perfect. All right, here I come. Looking back there.
Oh my God, this is scary. We're doing something we haven't done in a while. We gotta prepare. We're taking the bus outside because it's like, I don't know what temperature, it's like 5 degrees outside, so we can actually do a leak test.
Without freezing the roof and freezing the water and the lines.
Yeah, we're gonna create a huge ice puddle around the bus, so we kinda gotta do it quick.
But it's not freezing today, so it's above freezing. It's warmer.
But tomorrow it's supposed to be really cold again. So.
But it's already an ice rink out there, so it's not really gonna make much of a difference. So
no.
Yeah.
So Brian's filling the tires?
Yep. I'm just topping off the tires.
Slowly but surely.
We were able to put the rest of the coolant back into the radiator because we've already run it once. We've got the engine block heater going, and now we're just securing the cab.
Yeah, so I'm just going and collecting things that may fall over while we're driving, just doing a quick check back here. I'm just going around, making sure everything's all good. Cool. Oh, damn. Yeah, so that's what we're up to. Another good thing to do is if you have a magnet to roll under your tires and everywhere the tires will go, because this is a construction site, there is always shards of metal, broken screws, all kinds of stuff all underneath where the tires go. So I just finished rolling the tires. If you don't know what a tire or a magnet like that looks like, I'll show you. Those things are super affordable, so get one of those. So a lot of you guys have been asking, hey, Brian and Erin, why haven't you insulated the bus yet? And this is exactly why. We haven't insulated the bus yet because, well, we still have things to run inside, like the hot and cold water, and up to this point, electricity needed to get run, and there's still a little bit more stuff with like 12 volt that we need to run.
We're still working!
We're still working on it, guys. And this is one hell of a project. So, yeah.
Massive!
This is a monster project. So
40-footer.
40-footer. So we needed to also do a leak test before we commit to putting the insulation in.
And it's freezing.
Winter is nigh.
Not today.
Not today. Today, how does one collect their thoughts with a giant man yelling in their ear?
I don't know.
Fuck. So, anyways, leak test is gonna get us one step closer. There is no way in heck we are going to put insulation in this thing until we get the leak test done, and it is sunny and so beautiful out, so let's go!
Start it up. So now we gotta let it warm up a little bit and then let the air tanks fill up with air, and we'll be able to do the leak test.
It is major icy out, so.
Give a little wave.
There she comes.
Looking back there.
Looking good. You've got a few feet before you hit the grass area. Keep going. We're gonna go over a big snow bump. Oh my God, this is scary. We just don't want to get stuck in the snow on the grass, that's all. Is this a bad idea?
This is a bad idea.
because we might not be able to control it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to throw something under the tires.
Salt?
Probably.
I go get salt, but you don't want to go back any further in that ice patch.
No, because whenever I stopped, I slid.
Not our best idea for the day, folks. Okay.
Like, look at this. That slid right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. And we gotta get this bus back into the barn.
Yeah. What do we put under the tires right now?
Salt.
Sawdust or salt?
Salt.
Okay, let's go grab some salt.
Okay. We gotta call the test off because the whole driveway is icy like that.
Holy crap. I think these tires are meant for Arizona, potentially. So I think that we also need maybe winter tires for the winter time, which is a pretty big investment, but I think it's worth it, especially if you're driving on like icy roads. When we were backing up just now, it literally, like I slid. I was backing up slowly and I just pressed the brake slowly because I was hitting a snowbank, a minor snowbank back there, and I was rocking back and forth to pack it down. But whenever I first was pulling backwards, it slid about 2 feet to the left. Luckily, I was already out of the barn, so we didn't even come close to like tapping the barn or rubbing the barn or whatever.
You almost you would have clipped the nose of the bus on the door frame.
Yeah, if I was in further.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just going straight. Like I always go straight out, and then once the front has cleared the frame of the door, then I turn it. But it's literally an ice slick out there. An ice slick. So I'm wondering if it was just snow, if we would have had that problem. I'm not sure. But some cheap insurance might be to get some cables or chains for these size of wheels. So we're going to look into that because we have to be able to drive this in cold weather. Like we're in Canada right now. So if we're going to have this vehicle and be able to be in different climates and stuff, we need to be able to be prepared for those different climates, which is why we installed the engine block heater so that it would start, and it started wonderfully today. So you live, you learn. That's the first time she's ever been in the snow. She was in the snow for 40 feet, and that is it.
She was scared.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so no leak test today.
No leak test.
Bummer.
Yeah.
We were really excited to do the leak test because that meant insulation.
Yeah.
So no insulation today.
And I don't think doing the leak test in here is a good idea because trying to dry this ground when it's this cold.
Oh, we're just going to have a nice slick in here.
Yeah.
So we are a little backlogged on our electric because we're waiting for wires. We couldn't get them locally.
Yeah, the
We're
big
so
wires,
bummed.
the big fat ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
we
seemed
tried.
to have them around here, so we had to order them in. So they're on their way.
We called every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna work on other stuff.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump back into plumbing.
Plumbing. Red and blue. Red and blue.
Guys, this schoolie thing has been so tough, and especially recently, Brian and I have decided that we are going to get moving on this project, and we are aiming for April. So as of like right now, we've got to turn up the heat. We've been ordering a ton of stuff, so it's starting to look, turn up the heat. We've been ordering a bunch of stuff, trying to gather and collect all of the things like wash machine and appliances, and that's why it looks like a junkyard in here, because we're literally just hoarding all the stuff that we need, trying to gather it. And with these crazy lockdowns and stuff, it has been so hard to get stuff together. And we've been driving all over Ontario trying to source stuff locally, so we're not buying everything on Amazon, the Amazon monster.
Besides the challenges of building a schoolie and learning all these new skills and, you know, taking our creativity that we have with ourselves and applying it to something that we've never done before, like this has really tested our relationship with each other also. And it's like caused us to grow stronger and more in tune with each other, and opening up our communication lines to be more fluid, so that, you know, whenever, you know, issues do come around, we're able to talk through them and not have any issues with that. But I do have to say, like, building a schoolie has been one of the toughest things that we've ever done together, and all the challenges that we face with figuring out all the stuff and making sure that it's done safely has really taken a physical, mental, and emotional toll on us. But, you know, we're really staying positive to continue building this thing and get, you know, quality videos out for you guys, and also have a really cool tiny home on wheels that we can go tour around with and hopefully visit a lot of you who have been following the journey as we go.
So what we're really trying to say here is that we appreciate you guys and your support, because some days we really do want to just throw in the towel, even though it's not really a possibility once you've gone this far.
Yeah.
But you guys make us want to keep going.
Yeah, so we appreciate all of you guys for watching and sharing and commenting and hanging out with us. I think we got to get to plumbing some blue and reds now.
It's blue and red time.
Let's do it. All right, starting out, running some blue line. Okay, stop.
You gotta really wrestle this stuff. It's pretty rigid. For those of you wondering, don't worry, we're gonna insulate the pipes. This is just a temporary setup to hold them in place.
Okay, so we need a T probably right here.
Cool.
And then it'll come this way.
Yep.
And we actually might put the next T right here.
Go straight up.
To go straight up for both the, yeah. So we'll start making a nice square cut. Oh, there it goes. So now we put this in, and this deburrs it. We do a couple of spins. So that takes the burr off, so that's nice. So this goes on here, and then that's our depth set right there. So we get a Sharpie and mark that. That way we know how far to push it in. And then we grab one of the connectors, and we just push it. Let's see, get it lined up. There we go, now it's lined up.
Simply kick its ass to push it on.
And then we'll pull the blue back through on the back side until it lines up there. So if you want to stay here, and then once this connector
hits the wall, kind of, or comes close to the wall.
Right here is right about there, or somewhere in this space, then just give me a shot.
Stop.
If it wasn't so cold in here, this stuff would be easier to work with. All right, I want to run over here and grab this one. There it goes. Through that side. Through the next side. That's good right there if you could hold that spot. So we got those two temporarily clamped in, and then just try to get your cutter square on it.
In the dark corner. That's gonna be challenging. I might have to cut it the other direction, I guess.
So here's where decisions get to be made. So we've got these four T's right here to accomplish running cold and hot to the washing machine, and these two T's here are going to run the cold and hot straight up to this faucet. Now we've got a couple things going on. We can put a shutoff valve here, which would isolate that tap. So that is a consideration. We also have these two shutoff valves, which are going to probably be main shutoff valves, but I'm not sure if we're going to put them in here or if we want to put those in the underbody. The main shutoff is going to shut off all the water to everything in the upstairs. So we also have to think about where is the water coming up from in the underbody storage. Now, something that I was thinking is, oh, we'll just have the water come up from right here. Well, that might not be the best idea, because when this drain pipe goes down and takes a turn, well, guess what? It's running directly underneath here, which then occludes the area that I was thinking that we would then have the red and blue come up from the underbody.
What about right there?
Right here?
Yeah.
That is a great option. So there's the joists that run this way. So what we need to do is go to the underbody, see where this hat channel comes down, and then measure off of that so that we're sure that we drill the hole in this spot in the right spot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So these will then come around through here and then connect to these two T's that will be coming from the underbody, and then this way this can go to the shower mixing valve, and this will connect the water coming up to the rest of the system, to the sinks here, and then also to the washer and dryer.
Plumbing.
So here's the drain coming out, and the wall was at 18 inches from the front of the drain. So right about there. So almost to the chassis is where the wall is.
Oh, it's back a bit. Well, I guess which part of the drain? From this part?
From the front edge of the part that's coming down. So it's right about there.
Okay, so we're about there. Okay, so we gotta end up here.
Yeah. So that's actually perfect.
Cool.
So if we, from the edge of the drain coming out, if we're at 4.5 to about 10.5 inches from this edge over, stay in between there, then it'll come straight down through there.
Yay!
All right, so now that we've measured down below, we were thinking, let's just drill 2 holes originally. But then you had a great idea.
Well, I was a little concerned about the metal. If we drilled the hole small, like just so the PEX could kind of run through, would the metal eventually rub away at the plastic? Yeah, probably. So then we were wondering, hey, if we just run it like we're going to run the wires, let's put it through a tube. And then Brian had a great idea. Once they're run through the tube, we can blast some great stuff or spray foam into the tube, so then they're just like frozen in time in the tube.
Yeah, so we looked at the different tubing that we had, and this little piece of ABS was dropped. And look at that. Those two 1.5-inch pieces fit perfectly in there. And so that would definitely accomplish the two things. One, passing through the floor. And number two, protecting those from the metal. So I think that was a pretty good jam sesh.
Yep.
Yeah, good job. So now we've got the Makita with the hole saw. You know what's funny? They call this a hole saw, but it's really a drill bit. Something to think about, huh? So the spot we measured underneath. So there's the drain coming from that sexy sink straight down here. And then we measured off of the face, so this front edge of the drain, and we determined it was like 4.5 inches to about 10 inches in between the floor joists that go this way. And it needed to be no more than 18 inches, but no less than 14, because that wall is 18 inches from this edge to the wall and 14 inches from this edge of the pipe to the edge of the 2x4 right here. So that lined up perfectly right before the C channel of the chassis, so that we can come down and then make our entrance into the underbody storage with the red and blue.
What's another hole in the floor?
I know, right? There we go. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be underneath.
Okay. Am I through? I think I'm gonna come down there and try to drill from the
Mixing valve height.
So typically mixing valves for showers are between 36 inches and 48 inches, so 3 and 4 feet.
Let's drop it in the middle of that.
You wanna go dead net in the middle?
Yeah. So we need a hole that's the size of the outside of this. So we're gonna open sesame and we're gonna eyeball the center of this pretty good. I'll count it because I know Brian doesn't like it when I eyeball that much.
You count your squares?
Yeah, I'll count my squares.
Make sure the hole is vertical also. That's funny because it's a circle. So if you continue to rotate it, it'll always be the same orientation.
I get it, banana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5.
Close enough?
I'd say that's close enough
All right.
for my liking.
It's close enough for mine too.
Really? Doubt it. But we're gonna go with it.
Oh, someone got a knife for Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, butter. Oh, cutting through cement with my new knife. What a jerk. Has anyone seen this precision? I haven't left the line once.
That's awesome. Are you sure that's where you want the hole?
Yeah, this is where I want it. Belly button height. Look. That'd be in between my belly button and your belly button.
Perfect.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Always wanted a view from the shower.
That was a big ass glory hole.
Oh my goodness. Somebody's feeling mighty glorious. Traffic.
What's this called? mixing valve seal.
Schluter mixing valve seal.
All right, so we're not going to install this right now, but this is the Schluter mixing valve seal, and we just need to make sure that it fits perfectly in that hole. So we'll get this all mortared in place with some thin set another time, but we just needed that hole so that we can place the mixing valve. And that seems to have been a perfect cut.
Glorious.
Good job. Nice. That's 3/4 inch right on. So I wonder if it's supposed to be smaller. Let's grab the neck. Let's see if this neck.
I hope our neck's not too big.
Let's see. Which direction does it? Oh, I think it goes this direction. Perfect.
Fits.
Nice. Yeah, because I think maybe the outside diameter of this might be a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's a hair bigger than 3/4 inch. So let's make sure that we put the right drill bit size on that. And that seals, just this rubber flange seals it off completely. That is the one. How high should this be?
As high as it can possibly go for you, I'd say. What do you think?
I think so.
As high as you can get it safely, recognizing that we got sealing material coming in. And then this thing has a huge head on it. This mongoloid shower head. Let's go see how it fits in here.
So what do you think? If it's something like that? Mm-hmm. Right there. Are you sure this is where you want it?
It's a little off.
There we go.
That's really good.
Stringer.
Stringer board.
So we'll measure our space. That'll work. That's perfect.
3/4 the whole way.
So now with this part in the up position, that needs to be mounted just in the middle, like as close to the middle as possible. It doesn't have to be exact.
That looks pretty middle.
And then we'll mark our holes where we're going to drill.
All right, glory hole. Wow, look at that. That looks great. Good job.
So this will go here. Perfect.
Cool. There we go. Wow, I'm a big helper today.
You're doing a great job. There it goes. Nice. Nice.